I guess the beat goes on. What's up, everybody around the world? How's it going? This is the one, the only Mark Spencer, back once again, folks. And I got some transfer rumors, and I got some news from Great Britain. Oh, the BPL, the Premier League, of course, around the Europe too. So, it was a pretty good game today. I watched Manchester City against Liverpool on ESPN. It was a big game. TSN does an amazing job with these broadcasting. It was a good game. Liverpool showed some courage. They showed some belief. They didn't have their star Luis Suarez. He's out for the time being. I guess the suspension, the ban has begun. There's a bunch of controversy over that and the John Terry incident. So, hey, that's what happens, you know. I don't think this thing should even hit the courts and stuff. But down in Great Britain, they take this shit seriously. So, sorry for my language, but I think this is complete baloney, BS. As far as I'm concerned, I've heard worse in my baseball days when I used to play baseball. And it's sad. It's really sad, you know. Whenever I'm to free speech, I guess there's none. But hopefully, Luis Suarez and John Terry learn from this. Keep your mouth shut. I've learned that in my own individual things I've done in my normal life, work, and things at school. I've said stuff I've regretted, and I've paid the ultimate consequences for some of them. And we're getting detentions for certain stuff I've said. So, you know what? We're only human. We make mistakes. We do what we do. We do what we do because we do it because we love to do what we do. That's what makes us human. That's what makes us somebody that's bigger than whatever. So let's get down to the rumors. Okay, according to the Mail in Britain, Wayne Rooney was essentially axed from the Manchester United squad for yesterday's Premier League game. So last week he was axed from the squad. So Sir Alex Ferguson kicked him out of the lineup and benched him basically. I guess he was partying out one night, and I think Wayne Rooney took that pretty personally, and I wouldn't be surprised. There's been some rumors of Wayne Rooney maybe leaving Manchester United, but he just signed a big new contract with Manchester United, and you know, as far as I'm concerned, I just don't see that happening. And here's another report from the Mail. This is Robin van Persie has given the biggest hint yet to he wants to stay at Arsenal after his contract ends next summer. Not this summer coming up, but next summer, 2013. It looks good. You know, one of their talisman, Robin van Persie, scored one of the sweet goals yesterday. He has one of the highest goals in Premier League history, in terms of team history and Premier League history. He's one more goal behind Alan Shearer. So, I mean, that's pretty cool, you know. I never thought that would be possible, you know. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes that does happen. Okay, there's some more news from Arsenal. Arsenal are ready to bid for German superstar Lucas Podolski with a £10 million bid. So, FC Cologne said Podolski is for sale. They do need the money. They wouldn't want to sell him at all, according to what I've heard from ESPN SoccerNet and some sources there. And, you know, they don't want to sell him, but they need the money. It's just like a team like Sevilla, you know, might get a player such as Antonio Reyes from Atletico Madrid. They need the money. So it comes down to every team needs money. And here's some more news from the paper. Says here says here more on the Wayne Rooney situation. Okay, forget about that. Move down here. There's some news on the Premier League. Premier League stars and their clubs are being investigated by taxmen over secret perks enjoyed by players and their families. So, it looks like the big taxman in Great Britain, the government, is looking into some secret monies and gifts that's been given to them by the government, by the teams and the clubs. So we'll see. Now we move on to some more news from the Daily Star. On Sunday, Theo Walcott and Arsenal are at war over his demand for a new £85,000 a week 4-year deal. Will Theo Walcott get that deal? Highly unlikely. He might get it. I don't think he's gonna get 85,000. Maybe 80,000 or 75,000. That's insane money. That's like almost 200,000 or 115, 138,000 Canadian a week. That's insane. That's just insane, man. Okay, we're gonna move on to some more news. It looks like Manchester City boss Roberto Mancini. He's been in the news quite a bit. Roberto Mancini, in terms of the United Kingdom, Great Britain. He's been really upset over the loss against Sunderland, but I guess he's happy today they won over Liverpool. So it's always sweet to win over one of your rivals. So it looks like Roberto Mancini will snap up Daniele De Rossi if Roma put him up for sale. So it looks like Daniele De Rossi could be for sale, but I don't think De Rossi is going to be for sale. You know, Roma need their superstars like Totti, Del Rossi, Vucinic. I mean, they just can't let these guys go. If Del Rossi does go to Manchester City, I'll be really surprised. Highly unlikely. I highly say that move will not happen. As far as I'm concerned, it ain't gonna happen. Okay, now we move down to Doncaster. Have turned down a bid for Leicester City's boss Neil Pearson's for Billy Sharp. So some young player named Billy Sharp plays for Leicester City. Doncaster, is it United? I guess Doncaster United were interested in acquiring him, but we'll see what happens. You never know. Leicester City might sell. We'll see what happens. Newcastle are monitoring Montpellier's French international defender Mampouyo Yanga Mamambueo. So it's a funny name. Mampouyo Yangnawa Mampoyo, but are no longer interested in his teammate Oliver Giroud. So they're interested in these young players from France, but especially Montpellier. Montpellier has been playing amazing in the French Ligue 1 in France. They've been right up there with Paris Saint-Germain. They've played very good. I can't see them selling off their young talent, but you never know. Newcastle have the money. They're willing to throw the money at them. I won't be surprised if they get Mr. Mbuayo. Okay, Everton boss David Moyes is keen on a move for Catania striker Maxi Lopez. Never know. Everton's been really spent money in the last 5 years, but is it possible they go get a Maxi Lopez? This would be a huge move. As far as I'm concerned, you never know. I highly feel that if David Moyes is going to make a move here, he's got to think real hard. But I think Maxi could really help out their strike force. Don't forget, they don't have Arteta anymore. They lost him to Arsenal, and they're kind of lacking the goal scoring prowess. So Tim Cahill needs some help. There's no doubt in my mind that he does need some help on that team. Who else is cooking? Looks like Peter Cech says Andres Villas-Boas must be given an entire season to prove himself. So it looks like Peter Cech, the goalkeeper for Chelsea, backs his manager. I think a lot of the players on the team back the manager. There's a few of them that don't back him. Look at Nicolas Anelka is on his way to China now to sign with Xinguang. There's a few others. Maluda, I hear rumors that PSG is going to probably snap him up. Ancelotti wants him, and I hear a rumor that Pato could be on his way to Paris Saint-Germain this off-season. This season. So AC Milan have said no to it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they, Paris Saint-Germain, they might throw maybe 30-40 million euros at AC Milan to get Alexander Pato's signature. So there's just some talk that Pato wouldn't leave the team because Pato's dating the owner of the team, Silvio Berlusconi's daughter. So it doesn't matter. I mean, let's look at Maradona's daughter, man. She's married to Sergio Aguero, and he's with Manchester City. So you never know. You don't see Aguero going to Napoli. Napoli. So it doesn't really matter, you know. These relationships, it's entirely a business decision. So if Pato leaves AC Milan, it's a business decision. And AC Milan know what they need to do. Go bring in Carlos Tevez. I mean, I hear rumors they want to get him on loan. Why don't they just go buy him? I know it's going to cost them a lot of money. So what? I mean, what have they got from Robinho? He hasn't really scored the type of goals that a lot of us fans around Italy, Milan, all over, around the world, us Milan fans love to see this team score goals, and he hasn't done much. It's just been Ibrahimovic. And we know we can expect more out of this guy. I think Robinho needs to play better than he's playing, so I think if you bring in a Tevez, that's going to give him the push, and I think he'll play much better because Tevez is going to be the man. So we'll see what happens there. I don't know. It looks like David Beckham going to PSG is over. It's dead. He's chosen probably to stay with LA Galaxy probably for another year, maybe 2 years. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Does he want to play for the national team again, David? I don't know. He should go to Paris Saint-Germain. We have a chance to make the Champions League, win a trophy in another league you haven't won in before, like the French league. So, I mean, he just brings so much class and so much prestige to a great market like France, Paris, one of the biggest markets in fashion, one of the biggest markets on the face of the earth. Come on, man, it's France, dude. If I had an opportunity to play for Paris Saint-Germain, I would go for it, dude. With a legendary career, come on, screw Hollywood, man. You're going to Paris, man. That's the place where legends are made. That's where the Statue of Liberty came from, Paris, France, something like that. I don't know, David. I don't know. Well, it looks like Bolton are looking to acquire Gary Cahill. It looks like Bolton are trying to acquire Gary Cahill and Bobby Zamora. I'm going to take another look at that. It's in the paper. I think it's the Daily Mail, but the Daily Mirror. So I don't know. It's getting interesting, folks. I mean, hopefully the games get better. The teams stay in the race for the title in all these leagues around the world. There's a lot of good teams, folks. Enjoy it, and we'll see you in the future. Bye-bye. Happy New Year. 2012 is here, everybody on YouTube. And remember, believe in yourself. That's the key. We'll see you again. Bye-bye. People.